Yo, what's up, man? So, in this stage that you might be in of your journey, you're trying to make a lot of progress, you're trying to, you know, get to your purpose and everything like that, right? But there are a lot of pain points and a specific one that you might be having that I wanted to kind of touch on in this video because I struggled with this a lot before, and it's specifically how to stay consistent and how to stay productive but also like consistent with the you know maybe you've been on a good, like, maybe you've had a good week or even month or something that you were doing really well, you're making a lot of progress, being really productive and everything, but maybe this like ends, it's kind of like up and down, sometimes it's hard to stay consistent with these certain it's hard to stay consistent making progress in the way that you want, and it's hard to stay consistent when in living to your potential, doing what you really should be doing with your life. And there's a lot of pain, there's a specific pain point here where you're really having trouble with staying consistent because you're doing so well this one time, and then now you're like kind of all jumbled up and you're trying to figure it out. Maybe that's why you clicked on this video. You're trying to figure it out, like, how can I like stay consistent with this? And it can be really annoying. Like, I've experienced this before, and it can be so annoying because you're not living to your potential, and it's just horrible to hear that as like a masculine person, that you're trying to become a masculine person. It's so annoying when you're not living to your potential that you should be and you could be. So it's really annoying. So I wanted to really touch on this because this is something I used to really struggle with, and I would make really good progress for one period, and then I would like fall off, and it wouldn't be great, and I got back on, and then it's just okay. I have a few things in this video that I'm going to go over that will actually help a lot, and that helped me a ton. And there's one specific main like point idea that really is like the major factor of staying, consistent with just all this, the staying consistent with your progress, and you're living to your having fulfillment and potential throughout your days. There's one specific word. Can you guess it? It starts with an A. Accountability. Accountability is basically when there is someone else or something else that is not you, or maybe it even is you. It can even be you, but in some cases. But we'll go over that. It's basically another thing that is basically making sure you do a certain thing. So basically being as an example, someone else holding you accountable would be them making sure you go to the gym every day or something, like asking you about how did the gym go, and then if you didn't go to the gym that day, it's like kind of like so you want to like it hold you accountable because you kind of have, you don't obviously have to do it, but you have to do it if you want to feel good. You have to, it's like it's hard to explain, but like basically holding, like, having accountability is basically someone's like holding you accountable. Like, how do I explain this? It's like when someone holds you accountable, they're I don't know how to explain shit. Basically they're making sure they're making sure you do it, and they're making you kind of feel bad if you're not doing it. So it's like that's essentially what I take it as. So the most important thing with consistency is definitely accountability. If you don't have accountability, it's almost impossible to stay on this journey that you may be on right now. I promise you, you will not, even if you're doing good right now, I promise you, you will not be doing this good at some point. You will not be living to your potential at some point in you're not gonna be living you're gonna have some point where you're not gonna be perfect, right? I guarantee you. I thought the same thing a few months ago. Even I was like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna stay on this forever. Like, I'm not gonna be like everyone else. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be honest, consistent. But I'm telling you, there are a lot of dips, and the most important thing for this to solve this is accountability. Without accountability, it's so hard to do things, and it's so hard to make progress and live to your fulfillment and live to your potential that you want to be doing and that you should be doing, as at this age anyway. So first I wanted to go over a story, just a really short story that I have from a couple months ago, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, it was a decent while ago, and it was like all of a sudden I started I wouldn't be going, usually I get up first thing in the morning and work out right away, and I stopped doing that, and I also I was doing a lot less work here, when I would do a lot less recording and everything like that, and it would take much longer to do my work, and it was just all jumbled up. I think school was just starting as well, so that was so messed up. But anyway, I had this point, and then I can't remember exactly, but it was one point where I think it was my dad. He told me, he was like, you still working out in the morning? Because I wake up before him, and he wakes up early. I wake up at 5:36. He wakes up at 6:37. So I do my workout usually before he wakes up. So he was asking me, you still doing your work? I was just it just felt awkward. It was so weird. And it was just that one moment where it's when he said that, it just hit me what am I doing, man? What am I I gotta get my shit together. I gotta get on this shit. This is unacceptable, this is messed up. So, I mean, I'm just saying, getting held accountable is one of the best things you can do on your journey, and it's one of the best things that you can have. And when someone says, oh, why aren't you doing, you look like you're falling off, maybe you might think you aren't, but maybe you are. Maybe you aren't. But you might be, and this will fall into another track of, you'll try, you keep asking yourself, what you'll need to do after this is, you ask yourself questions why is he saying this? Is this really true? You guys gotta figure it out, dude. I'm just saying. But I'm gonna set a couple things I'm gonna set a couple actionable steps you can do. You can take action right after this video and actually make some of these things and do some of these things right after you watch this video, unless you don't have time, obviously, but you can do these things right after you watch this video, so it's gonna be very actionable, so be ready to actually do something from this video. So the next thing I wanted to go over is basically how it works is when someone holds you accountable, or it doesn't even have to be a person, it doesn't even have to be a thing, it can literally just be a thought in your mind, but anyway, it's basically something that it makes sure you are doing something. So if you set it up in a certain way where there is something that is making sure you do you're living to your potential. You're doing all the things in the day that you want to, like, that you actually want to be doing, that you should be doing and everything like that. You create something that makes sure you're doing those things, and doing those things by holding you accountable. So I'll go over a couple examples that you can quick take action after this video, right on. And I'm telling you, it's really helpful, and it really helped me. Like, I've struggled this past few months before this, and I'm telling you, it really helps. So basically, the first thing that has really helped me is asking your parents to hold you accountable. Asking, like, okay, if you have, this kind of only goes to those people that have pretty decent, like, good parents that are that somewhat, like, agree with what you're doing, which obviously, like, that might not be for you, but I'm just saying, for those people, that can really be helpful. Like, that's the best thing that you can get, if you can get that. Like, for example, especially your dad, because if your dad, let's just be honest, like, your dad's probably gonna relate to you more. So I'd say try and get your dad to, like, hold you accountable. Try and ask you, what have you been doing? Like, you like, still on this shit? You still, try and get your dad, especially, like, even, like, if your parents is all you can do, then that's fine. But try and get, like, your dad, especially if you can, to hold you accountable, and, like, ask you throughout the day, what do are you doing on your work and everything, if he's, if they're cool parents and everything. But obviously that might not occur to a lot of people, but I just wanted to put that out there, because if you do, that's perfect. It's like the best thing. So that's number one. Number two is create a habit tracker. Now, a habit tracker is, it can be like a physical paper, or it can also be online. I prefer a physical paper, but I'm actually gonna put a template in the description where you can add. I'll make like, different categories, but you can, like, make your own categories, and I'll put a template in the description. And it's basically, like, a habit tracker is basically where you have certain topics, like, certain things you would do throughout your day, and certain, like, habits, basically. So, as an example, someone might put at the top, like, there's, like, squares at the top. You put, I don't know, work, meditation, gratitude journaling, I don't know, go to the gym. It's like, you have these different habits that you do throughout your day, and that you should be doing, that will bring you to fulfillment. You specifically put the habits that will make you feel fulfilled, that will make you live to your potential. And then every single day you check these boxes. If you've done it, like, as soon as you've done it, you check the box. And if you've, like, completed all the boxes for the day, that's, like, yay. Like, that's my fulfillment and everything. So that's really a good one. A habit tracker, I'll put a template in the description if you need it. I think it's actually better to just put it on paper, because I think that's a lot more effective. You can, like, hang it up on your wall or something and be like, okay, you got that checked, But if the computer is, like, your best choice, I'll put that in the description, a template. Yeah, you can easily just, like, fill out, and then it's easy. So you can just do that. I think that's a really good one. Also, another good way is certain types of journaling can help with this. So, every night I kind of I have like 4 journals that I do every single day. I have a gratitude journal, I have a workout log, I have like just a normal journal that I always do at night, and then I also have a it's like, what did I do today journal. So basically, the gratitude journal isn't for holding me accountable. That's for a whole nother thing, mental health and everything. That's good. But workout log specifically, that's a good one, I think. If you want to stay on your workouts, like when I was missing a lot of workouts, because I had my workout log, and every time I would see, like, there was, like, 5 days missing, I was like, oh, it's like, oh, dude, I gotta get to the gym tomorrow, and I felt much more motivated to do that, and it's like, if you see a lot of inconsistencies in your workout log, it's, like, motivates you to do it more. It's just, workout log, I think, is a really great thing for holding you accountable for the gym. I also have my what did I do for today journal. That's also a decent one where I just recently actually started this journal, but it's like if you at the end of the day, what you've done that day, if it looks like that's kind of like mid, that's not great, then maybe that can also hold you accountable. That can also be like, dude, I gotta get better, and like I gotta do this better, a lot better, and stuff like that. So I think that's another good journal you can do. There's just like certain types of journaling that can hold you accountable in some way. I don't think it's the best thing, but if it's all you got, like that's good. Like that's pretty decent. Like I think the workout logs definitely helped me a lot with. I think the workout log's a really good one. I think that's really helped me a lot, try and get me consistent on the workouts, because when I miss a day, it's like, it doesn't feel good, right? So, I think that's a good one. Also, another thing you can do is maybe put up some reminders on your wall, put some signs up. Like, for example, you guys might have seen, or you might have seen my, I had a paper up in my wall, and it was expect what they don't. So basically I made a whole video on this, but basically I made a whole video explaining on this because like you could see it in the background of my on my wall, like every time on every video. See, I would explain it, and like I made a whole video on that anyway. But you can have different like papers on your wall that just say like just hold you accountable, remind you about stuff, tell you like freaking get the shit on this, like it'll say, I don't know, what's an example. It can say whatever. Like, just make it so like hold you accountable, makes it so you like reminders. It can be like, Max, get on the fucking it can be really anything, but as long as it holds you accountable, that can be a decent one. Basically set up your environment. Like basically the takeaway is set up your environment, whatever it is, the people, the habit tracker, the things on your wall. Set up your environment where you're almost like forced to do it, but you still like it. Like, it's not like you're forced to do it and it's like school, you're forced to do it. It's like, yeah, but it's not like that. But, basically kind of like you kind of have to do it or else you'll be like seen as like a failure and stuff. You'll you hate yourself. No, I'm kidding. But, you won't feel happy. And it's basically you just gotta set up your environment to make it so make it so that it can hold you accountable. And this is just the best thing to stay consistent with just, progress and fulfillment and everything like that. It's just the best thing. Set up your environment specifically to hold you accountable, and that will keep you pretty consistent. And you also need to be consistent with the accountability. Like, you can't take the papers down. You need to be consistent with the habit tracker. But the habit tracker is easy because you can just, like, put checks. That's why I like it. You can just put checks on, like, the boxes. And it's like, oh, well, in any case, you can just put checks on the box. It's not like working out. It's, like, hard or something. And finally, there's one thing that I think is really great for specifically for holding people accountable, and it's something that I'm planning on doing sometime in the future. It's like basically I create like a community. I'll create like a community where like a private community that people can join to do like that will hold them accountable. Basically, you have video calls with me or something. Once I grow like a much large, like a decently large following of, a couple hundred, few hundred, even thousand or something. But that can really be great, because if you have if you have someone that you look up to and that they're holding you accountable, that can be the greatest thing ever. And what I would be doing is it'd be like a private, like pretty close like community that you can go on just whenever. You can go on a video call or anything like that. I can just teach you shit. But basically it's like I'm planning on doing this in the future once I gain a larger following of like people that like me and stuff. But anyway, it's like I'm planning on doing it, but it's far in the future. But if you just wait, I mean, it can really be great, that specifically, because it when there's someone you look up to holding you accountable, to say, like, asking you how did the workout go and everything, that can be really the greatest thing. So I think that will be a really good thing. But it's honestly like it's just if you want to take action, if you want to. I'm just trying to help you. Like I'm just trying to help you here. I mean, I'm not that's the sole reason I'm making this video, is to help you. But I can't do that without, I'm not telling you to, guys, go in the description and subscribe and like the video. Like, I'm not I hate those people, but I'm just saying, if you want to help me out and get me closer to that sort of idea, then, feel free to do whatever, subscribe or just anything. I don't really care. I'm not trying to like say like, oh, subscribe, like, just do what you want, all right? I don't care. But anyway, that's really the thing. It's set up your environment to hold you accountable, and that is the key to being consistent, getting to your fulfillment, being, going to your potential every single day, getting consistent with it, having a meditation streak for months on end. I had a meditation streak of 35. It was a couple months ago, I think. A meditation streak of 35. I think it might be like 2 weeks right now, 15 days or something like that. But I had a meditation streak of 35. So that was when I was really taking action on this, and I'm doing that as well now. But I'm just saying, this helps so much. And if this is one of your if this is something you're really annoyed at, this is something that you really needed, then this will work. I guarantee you. If you do it right, it will work. Alright, peace out. See you next video.